Every morning, millions of Americans reach into their refrigerators, grab a silver foil block or a plastic tub, and spread what they believe is fresh, wholesome dairy onto their breakfast. They see words like original farm fresh and classic, but if you flip those packages over and read the fine print, a very different picture emerges. In the United States, the federal government has a precise, legally binding definition for what can actually be called cream cheese. To meet the standard, it must contain at least 33% milk fat and more than 55% moisture derived strictly from pasteurized milk and cream. Yet scattered across grocery store shelves right now are dozens of products designed to look identical to traditional cream cheese that quietly strip out real dairy, inflate water weight, and replace milk fat with a cocktail of ultra-processed thickeners, emulsifiers, and industrial fillers. Some of these products legally cannot even put the words cream cheese on the front of the tub without adding the word spread or product. Others rely on loophole additives that preserve shelf life for months on end at the expense of actual food quality. Today we dive deep into the supply chains, regulatory filings, and ingredient labels of the dairy aisle. We analyze dozens of brands to identify 12 cream cheese products you should avoid, and for real traditional alternatives that actually honor the craft. Along the way, you will discover why the most iconic brand in American history changed its recipe under corporate ownership, how an industrial waste product became the primary filler in budget dairy, and why one product on this list contains an additive banned across the European Union. We start at number 12. Great Value Original Cream Cheese Spread. When Walmart introduced its Great Value line in 1993, the promise was simple: national brand quality at a fraction of the cost. Budget-conscious shoppers buy millions of these tubs every single week, assuming it is just churned milk and cream packed under a private label. Shoppers expect a simple, traditional cultured dairy product made of milk, cream, and salt. What you actually get in the tub is a lesson in modern food engineering. While Great Value does use milk and cream as its base, the formula relies heavily on whey protein concentrate, xanthan gum, and gar gum to achieve its texture. Whey protein concentrate is a byproduct of cheese manufacturing. By stripping out natural fat and pumping the product with water and concentrated whey proteins bound together by industrial gums, manufacturers can simulate the rich mouthfeel of milk fat at a fraction of the cost. At number 11, Schreiber Foods' institutional value block dominates food service operations, schools, diners, and private labels across the globe. When consumers eat a bagel at a local deli or hotel buffet, they rarely see the master carton in the back kitchen. The reality of bulk food service is governed by shelf stability and melt resistance. To ensure these massive blocks do not separate or spoil during transport, Schreiber integrates sodium phosphate alongside carabine gar and xanthan gums. Sodium phosphate is an emulsifier linked in clinical studies to arterial calcification and increased cardiovascular strain when consumed in high amounts. Moving to number 10, Clover Valley Cream Cheese Spread is the house brand of Dollar General. Millions of low-income families rely on Clover Valley for daily staples. Look closely at the label and the words. Cream cheese are followed in smaller print by the word spread because the moisture content exceeds federal maximums, while the butterfat drops below the required threshold. To hold this high water formulation together, the manufacturer uses water milk protein concentrate, lactic acid, and sorbic acid, instead of allowing natural lactic bacteria to culture the cream over time. Acidifiers are dumped directly into the vat to simulate the tangy flavor artificially. At number 9, Essential Everyday Cream Cheese is produced for independent grocery networks across North America. An examination of the ingredient panel reveals the use of reconstituted skim milk alongside added cream water and artificial coloring agents like apocarotinol to mimic the rich, yellowish hue of natural grass-fed butterfat. Reconstituting skim milk powder destroys delicate milk proteins and volatile flavor compounds, requiring synthetic thickeners and colorants to restore the visual texture of real dairy. Number 8 brings us to Kraft Philadelphia Spreadable Soft Tub Version. While the classic Philadelphia brick maintains a relatively traditional standard, the soft tub version alters the equation dramatically. To make it spreadable straight from the fridge, Kraft incorporates additional whey protein concentrate, water carabine gum, and natamycin, which is a fungal-derived antimycotic agent used to prevent mold growth. You are paying premium brand name prices for added whey, extra water, and chemical preservatives. At number 7, Dia Vegan Creamy Spread markets itself as a health-conscious, plant-based alternative. The primary structural foundation of Dia Spread is a mixture of water, coconut oil, and modified potato and tapioca starches. It contains virtually no protein, no natural vitamins, and no fermented biological cultures. It is essentially an emulsion of solid saturated fat and refined starch held together by vegetable gums and synthetic natural flavors. Number 6, Happy Farms Cream Cheese Spread from Aldi relies heavily on ultra-processed filler mechanics. Water features prominently in the formulation, balanced by secondary dairy byproducts like whey and milk fat fractions bound together by a multi-gum. Hydrocolloid matrix along with potassium sorbate as a preservative. At number 5, Hy-Vee Whipped Cream Cheese Spread utilizes heavy stabilizer blends, including modified food starch carrageenan and mono and diglycerides, to keep air suspended permanently inside a wet dairy matrix. Mono and diglycerides are emulsifiers containing small amounts of trans fats that fall below the federal threshold requiring disclosure on nutrition labels. Number 4, Philadelphia Fat-Free Cream Cheese replaces butterfat entirely with non-fat milk, high doses of artificial thickeners. Microcrystalline cellulose, which is a wood pulp derivative, and colorants like titanium dioxide or heavy whiteners to prevent the paste from looking gray. Without fat, the body does not absorb fat-soluble vitamins present in traditional dairy, leaving you with a gel matrix of protein powder and wood fiber derivatives. This is an artificial dairy analog using tropical plant oils to replace natural milk fat bound together by synthetic salts and chemical acidifiers. It is essentially margarine disguised as cream cheese. Number 2, Wayfair Dairy-Free Spread relies on heavily processed multidextrin refined vegetable oils and isolated plant starches. Despite clean label marketing claims, maltodextrin has a glycemic index higher than table sugar, causing rapid blood glucose spikes. And at number 1, Borden processed cream cheese product legally cannot even use the words cream cheese or cream cheese spread. It is manufactured by taking low-grade dairy solids, melting them down with water, and adding sodium aluminum phosphate alongside hydrocolloids, synthetic colors, and preservatives. Sodium aluminum phosphate introduces trace aluminum into the diet, an additive heavily restricted or banned in food production across several international jurisdictions due to concerns over neurological accumulation. Fortunately, there are real traditional alternatives available today. Sierra Nevada Gina Marie cream cheese contains exactly 3 items: cultured pasteurized milk, cultured pasteurized cream, and salt using a traditional slow drain method through cloth bags to allow excess whey to separate naturally. Organic Valley pasteurized cream cheese brick relies strictly on organic pasture-raised milk and cream-rich and natural omega-3 fatty acids without artificial preservatives or water additives. Nancy Organic Probiotic Cream Cheese cultures organic cream with live active probiotic strains over a slow 20-hour fermentation process, delivering billions of live beneficial bacteria per serving. Finally, Kraft Philadelphia Original 8-ounce foil brick remains a solid fallback, containing no added whey protein concentrates or water dilution. The food industry spent the last 50 years perfecting the art of substitution, hoping you read the front of the tub instead of the back. The next time you walk down the dairy aisle, turn the package around. If the first ingredients are milk cream cultures and salt, you are buying real food. If you see water, whey protein, concentrate, hydrocolloid gums, phosphates, or preservatives, put it back on the shelf.